Hello, this is Daniel Ritchie, the developer of Howler, but today I'm going to be talking again about Lightwave briefly. A few users over on the Lightwave forum have asked me to demonstrate the use of some of these nodes I have released lately, so I'm just going to briefly describe two of them. Now, I'm going to describe the Arch node and the Smooth Step node in this tutorial, so just bear with me. These are normally something that would be used more as a programming function than a general purpose animation tool, but they can be used that way, so I'll do my best to describe them. Smooth Step is already a function that exists within Nodal, but it has so many parameters that I think it's maybe confusing. So I decided to write one that had less parameters and it was a little more intuitive, hopefully. And also there's the arch function, which I will describe now, presently, since I already have it running. Normally these are used on a single axis. You would give them a vector, or excuse me, you'd give them a scalar value between 0 and 1. However, I'm going to demonstrate them on a 2D grid. Think of it as a graph. Whoops, just misclicked on something. That was kind of interesting though. Let me get this camera out of the way so it won't be confusing. Let's see. I'll do that on frame 1 as well. Alright. So as you see here, I have this null object and I've applied a motion modifier in the form of the Nodal motion plugin. Let me start from scratch here. We'll go to, not from scratch, but we'll go and explain what we did. We added a null object. We clicked on M for motion options. We went under IK and modifiers to the add modifier tab and we selected Nodal motion. Now these are plugins, or these are nodes that can be used in any of the node editor within the program, such as surfaces or some of the other ones, but I'm using motion just because I think it'd be quicker and easier to demonstrate. So I'll go into the node editor and let me get rid of that. Alright, so as you see here, I just basically took this input from item position, I split it into vector, from vector to scalar, so that each we'd have access to each channel independently instead of all at once. The only one I'm concerning myself with is this Y channel. I'm plugging that into the Arch node, and then I'm making it back into a vector by simply plugging all those attributes back into make vector, which is a function under tools, I believe. Make vector is right there. Alright, and then I'm just plugging that back into the nodal motion position, which drives the position of this null object. Alright, so the only thing we're doing is we're splitting this into X, Y, and Z. We're only modifying the Y, and then we're building it back into a vector and plugging that vector into the position. Alright, hope that was clear enough. Now, the Arch plugin, or the Arch node, let me delete it and start from scratch here. I'll go to Import Nodes by right-clicking and selecting Import Nodes. I have my nodes folder where all these plugins are they live there. Alright, I'm going to select Arch node. I'll click on it and you should see down in the comment area some information about the node. Accepts a scalar between 0 and 1 and returns a perfect arch. It gives also the formula, which is the square root of 1 minus mu to the power of 2. If you look at this, let's see, I got to turn this on first. I have to plug this in first. I'll plug the scalar value into where it says scalar on the plugin, and I'll plug the output into the input of make vector. And now that that's plugged in, you will see indeed we have a perfect arch, and we can animate along that arch. And as I said, bear in mind these were really meant to be used on one axis, not on two axes. I put it on this motion channel so you can see it in sort of a graph to get an idea of what this motion, or what this node will do. It just interpolates a value between 0 and 1 in a way that is it's not a power of function. It is actually a perfect quarter of a sphere. If you had 4 of these, you'd have an exact sphere. Whereas if you'd used a power function, Let's see if I think I have power in here somewhere. Right here, this is a scalar power. Let me plug this in here, and let's see, put the output there. Or maybe, let's see if I did that right. I'm not sure. Let's see, put that there. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Alright. There we go. Alright. If I had done a power function, you can see this is not a perfect arch. It is an exponential, or an, yeah, I'm not big on the math, but it's exponential in nature. And it is not a perfect arch. It's not really an oval either. It's kind of a funny shape. I'm not really even sure how to describe that. But as you can see, that could be very useful, having a more exact, a more perfect shape instead of using a power function for certain things within Nodal. So that is, I'll plug that in one more time just to show it again. That is the arch node. Alright, I'm going to show also while I'm here the smooth step node. I'm going to get rid of this and this. Now, smooth step could be very useful for animation, for motion, as well as a general purpose programming function. Let me go ahead and import it. Smooth step. And let's see. Well, it has an X there, but I think it'll work with any parameter. Not just X, Y, or Z, or whatever you want to plug into it. And as you see here, smooth step is sort of a linear interpolation, but it has a kind of an ease in and an ease out. So if it had been completely linear, you would see a straight line from there up to there. But instead, you get this sort of easing in and easing out function. So that is the smooth step node. Hope that was easy enough to understand. That could be very useful for animation as well as for interpolating various between various values. A lot of use for smooth step. Programmers use it a lot. 3D programmers especially, apparently. So that is basically the two nodes I wanted to describe today. Hope that's been useful. I hope you'll visit us on the best3d.com. That's Philip Steger's site, where he gives lots of tutorials and that sort of thing. And also me on the squirreldome.com, where I host my product, Howler Digital Painter. And hope you enjoyed the tutorials. Hope you enjoyed the nodes. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.